What are the UK's best property strategies in 2023? So let's start with good old single lets. This strategy has been around for many years. It is a cookie cutter approach, rinse and repeat, very simple. You buy something that needs work doing to it, a dirty, horrible, smelly, disgusting property. You get the worst property on the best street. You bring in a building team, you give it lots of love, you add lots of value, and then you rent it out on a single let basis to a family or a couple, and you have a mortgage. The tenants are paying the mortgage, and then you're left with cash flow, perhaps 200, 300, 400, maybe even 500 or 600 pounds a month, again, depending on where you're at in the UK. I absolutely love buy to lets because you can scale relatively fast, you can use other people's money. Property in the UK doubles every 10 years. So you get capital appreciation, you get passive income, you make money while you sleep, and you have a good chance if you get the right property in the right location at the right price, and you add enough value to that property that you can get back all of your initial deposits and refurb money. And this is how you go and get houses for free. What would it feel like getting your first or next house for free? So love single lets. Downside, you're only generating 200, 300, 400 pounds cash flow per property. You're going to need a lot of those properties to perhaps replace your income or reach a point where you can do what you want, when you want, with who you want. You're gonna need a lot before you get the Lamborghinis or the private jets or the 5-star holiday 6 times a year. However, it is definitely something worth starting with, and then start looking at other property strategies. Another great strategy for 2023 is you've got the rent to rent strategy. This is where you do not even have to buy a house. You go and rent a property from a landlord. You pay the landlord the rent that you agree, and then with the right legal contract, you can sublet it, re-rent it out as number one, a HMO, a house in multiple occupancy, so a multi-let property out to perhaps professional tenants, or you can do it as serviced accommodation. This is where you're renting it out by the night, and you're renting it out to guests rather than tenants, so they pay a higher nightly rate. It's almost like operating a hotel, home away from home, hugely popular. Now, with the rent to rent strategy, getting the right property in the right location with the right tenant or guest type, you should be making, on average, £15,000 per year per property. How many of them do you need to replace your income? Hey, the average salary in the UK is around £30,000, so just 2 of these and you could replace your income. Imagine sacking the boss, reducing your hours, being in a position where you've just doubled your money in literally 2 property transactions. And with the right training, with the right mentoring, you could secure 3 of these within the next 90 days. And man, there's a lot of landlords right now that cannot afford their mortgages. Their properties are not working. Interest rates have gone up. I was actually speaking to one lady today. Her property, the interest, the mortgage payment is about to go from £300 to over £1,500. This is the time, my friends, to be working with landlords. And look, the more landlords that have problems, the more solutions we can bring, and this is how you create a win-win. You don't necessarily need to go through credit checks, you've not got to raise hundreds of thousands of pounds, you've not got to go through the legal process, the buying process, you're literally just renting a property and re-renting it out. Another great strategy, lease options. Again, this is really attractive right now because of the amount of motivated sellers up and down the UK. people are really finding it difficult because most people, they are reliant on just one source of income. And their income at the moment with the cost of living is not enough to pay the bills, and people are getting into bad debt and bad debt and bad debt, and people are having to sell their properties. So you could perhaps do a lease option where you rent a property from a landlord, use it as a HMO serviced accommodation, and then you have an option to buy the property at some point in the future, let's say within the next 4 years, at an agreed price today. So buy now, you have the option to pay later. And we're going into lease option territory where this is going to be a great strategy for the right person. You've also got land developments and commercial conversions. Big money strategies. Imagine doing your first development and making £250,000 with just one deal and having that money paid into your bank account at some point within the next 12, 15 or 18 months. Just imagine that now. 250,000 landing in your bank account. What difference is that gonna make to your life? What options is that gonna open? Hey, my first ever land development deal, I built 7 flats and 2 houses. These types of deals can be making £500,000. My first commercial conversion, I took an office, I converted it into 16 one-bedroom apartments in Colchester opposite the Premier Inn, £500,000 profit. You're able to do these deals using investor finance, using bridging finance, using development finance, getting creative, yes, using none of your own money. And guess what? You haven't got to be a builder. You don't have to be an architect. You haven't got to be a solicitor. You don't have to be any of those things. I can't even change a bloody plug or a light bulb. My wife Holly does all of that stuff. What do? You get mentored, you get educated, you focus on high income generating tasks, you find deals, you find money, you become the middle person, you take your bit off the top, and this is how you scale. And there are a serious amount of commercial buildings right now sitting empty, or owners cannot rent them out because more and more people are working from home, more and more people want smaller offices. The high street isn't what it used to be. It's completely changing, completely changing. Hey, even John Lewis, many of those are going to be closing down. Debenhams gone. It's all changing, which means new opportunity. The way that you have been shown how to make money is very, very different to how you make money today. And you need to keep up with the times. You need to adapt, you need to pivot, you need to have a new vision, you need to believe in yourself, because just one property strategy, one deal, one investor, one opportunity can change everything for you. This is what happened to me 8 years ago, and I now own the UK's leading property business and wealth training organisation. I've trained thousands of people, ordinary people just like you and I, to go and get extraordinary results. So what's holding you back? Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's some bullshit excuse around time or money, or you blame the government or COVID or whatever it might be. But you've got to level up. And if you want it, if you want to get into property, if you want to build an empire, if you want to build a legacy for your future so you never have to worry about money ever again, then get involved with one of the UK's best property strategies 2023. Hey, I run lots of events. I love what I do. What you see is what you get. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm just an ordinary guy from Essex, but I know what works. I can help you. My team can help you. We are a world-class team with thousands and thousands of positive reviews. I've been doing this now in the UK as a training organisation for 8 years. And I run very special events, free events, where you can come and hang out with me, my team, and you can discover what is the best strategy for you. We take you behind the scenes so you know how to find deals, what to say to the agents, how to overcome objections, really strategically placing yourself in the marketplace so you can go and win. You can have more adventure, you can be part of a great team, and you know that you've got a step-by-step strategy with facts and figures and graphs and charts that's going to lead you to your end result. So if you're watching this video now and you like the idea of getting to know me and my team even better, and you want to join the best property team in the UK, then somewhere in the description there's going to be a link. Hit the link. I'm issuing some free tickets right now. They're going to go really fast. So act fast, act now, act today. Hey, just click that link, choose the event that you want to come to, get yourself registered. It's completely free. Come and hang out. Hey, something great could happen. And if you don't like it, you've not lost nothing but a little bit of time, and then you can go on your merry way, because your old life is not gonna go anywhere. And in order to get something different, you must do something different. Hey, my name is Liam. I really hope you've enjoyed this piece of content. If I can do it, you can do it. Hit that button now, grab your ticket, and I will see you in my next video.